All right, could you please say your name and where you're from, both city and country?
My name is Jai Li, Jie. My last name is Li Li. I'm from Nanjing, China. It's the Jiangsu province.
Are you a student?
Yes, I'm a grad student.
How long have you been a grad student?
Uh, I have been here since uh, 2009, September, so it's almost 6 years. I'm hoping I will graduate in the next August.
Why did you come to the United States, or MSU in general?
Uh, First, because my major is biochemistry, and the academia environment here is much better than back China. And when I decided to come here and pursuing my PhD degrees, we applied several universities. I also get an offer from ISU, Iowa State University. But by comparing these two universities, I decided to come here because the plant researching here is much better than in my opinion, is better than.
So the research opportunities are.
Yeah.
Did you have a job lined up when you got here, or?
Yes. Before I came here, I have a job in, I think, Beijing, one company, the biotechnic company. But after I do a 3 months study working in that company, I figured out it's better to have a higher education.
Then what you had? Just what kind of degree did you have?
At that time, I have a master's degree, so and I make the decision to pursue PhD degrees, and then I get offer from MSU, and I decided to come here and do the research.
So did you hear about MSU from the internet, a friend, or did you know someone who had been here before?
Actually, we did a lot of research about what kind of universities and what is the requirement for applying and get the offer from this kind of universities. I applied around 20 to 10 universities, and I also applied some university which is better than MSU, like the University of Michigan.
Just in general,
just
academically, they're just
yes,
better.
there is kind of different group. For example, the best 10,
yeah,
or maybe in the middle
the
one.
Public Ivy Leagues versus the actual Ivy League.
Yeah. So actually, I didn't hear it from my friends. I just basically
did your own research.
Yeah, do my own research about MSU. Yeah.
What initially shocked you about American culture? Was there anything in particular that was just sort of interesting?
Most interesting things here.
This could be something like food, clothing, the weather.
Yeah, the weather here is how to say, the environment here is better because back in China we are developing a lot of industries going on, and air pollution is worse than here. And another thing which shocks me is how to say, it's not that crowded compared to my own hometown. It's kind of
so it's sparsely.
Yes. And another thing, second thing is that shocks me about is how to say, it's because when I first came, before I came here, I thought I might encounter some problems, but the hospitality here is much better than what I expect. And when I first get here, one of my former student in Michigan State picked me up and showed me around the university, and also the MSU hold a kind of a seminar and stuff that introduce the whole schools to the new student, and also hold a banquet, so the students will get to know each other and start.
Was the banquet for only grad students, for international grad students, or was it?
I'm not sure. I think it's only for international students. It's kind of in that basketball
Oh, it's
stadium.
the Breslin Center.
Yeah, wrestling center. Yes. Yeah.
So did you have a culture shock when you first got here?
Definitely, the culture is totally different from China and here. But still okay. Well, we try to adapt that, but still a lot of differences. Like, back in China, you are most uh, uh, required to kind of follow the orders. Here you're more encouraged to have some creativity, creativity, and also here. But we don't like the. Still a little bit hard to fit in this environment because we have different cultures. We grow in different countries. We don't have the same habit. Some of the most things I figure out. A lot of my American classmates, they like to go to the pub and have some drink, talking. But in China, we don't do that a lot. We like to invite friends to our home and cook for them. And
so it's more of a home.
Yeah,
home.
Home.
I was wondering about that.
Yes, for China, it's more about a home party. But here, you prefer to go to the pub and in a public place.
See, because that changes in America when you get older.
Ah.
So once you become probably in your late 20s to 30s, that's when you start inviting people to your house in particular. But before that, it's always somewhere else.
Okay.
Did you have any problems fitting in or feeling accepted when you first got here?
No, I would say I'm lucky because I joined this lab. My PI, Hoffman Banning, which is very supportive, and she helped me a lot to fit in this area, and she offered a lot of opportunities for me to talk in that academia area. For example, she offered me the opportunity to attend several conferences. During that conference, she also helped me, get me the chance to provide presenting my work. So it helps me to build the confidence to talk in front of the public, and also it helped me get the connection with other people. So this stuff really support me to fit in this area.
Were you ever discriminated against in both the traditional way between person to person or in the professional world where you felt like you were denied a position because you couldn't speak English as well as someone else or just because you were a student?
In the academia area, this field is much better than the general ones. For example, I was discriminated by one person just one time, because I think that's the first time when I learned to drive. I don't drive very well, and when I try to find a parking lot,
yeah.
Because this is the first time I learned to drive, so it's not that the first I can park exactly as I wanted. So I tried several times, and I think it's the woman which behind me used to harm me. That makes me and other things, especially in the academia area, is not that, because people are more evaluate your research, not based on what kind of race you are from and what kind of English speaking, but also the other things. When we present our work, we prepare a lot of times. So we might have some problems speaking in a general life, but we speak much fluent when we present our work or talking with our research.
You practice a lot more when you need to present to other people, so you're pretty good at speaking fluently then.
Yes, fluent in that time, but because for example, we are talking about that, I don't prepare a lot, so that's what I think. I will say still have some problems. We need first to figure out the sentence in Chinese, and then translate to English, because English is not our native language. So the first word pop up in my head is the Chinese word, and then I need to find an English word corresponding to this Chinese word. So that's why it's not that fluent when we talk, when we discuss about our life or something like that. But it's much better.
Academic.
Yeah, academic.
What do you miss most about China?
The food. I think, yeah, because we have some Chinese restaurant in the Lansing area, but most of the restaurant it has adapted to accommodate the American people.
Yeah.
But in my countries, and also China is a very big country. Different area of China has different style of food. So, and also, I don't know. I'm not sure is it appropriate to say, but some of the food, I don't know why it tastes better than, because we like the fish. We like a lot of the fish from the lake, which has a lot of small bones. That's the American people doesn't like it at all, because they don't. Yeah, we like the fish stuff, and we also like a lot of pork. But I think no, most of the
or more
American,
beef and chicken.
yeah, beef and chicken and pork. But we like pork, and we also like fish, the fish from the lake. Yeah. The most things I missed is about I also missed my parents, because I have been here for 6 years. I only go back for about 2 times, each time about 3 weeks. The reason why I don't go back home frequently is because the visa. Every time when we get back, we need to apply the visa again, and sometimes the visa expired every year. So sometimes when we apply the visa, we get checked, because the biochemistry is kind of a sensitive research area. So we get checked, and the check procedure usually take about 3 weeks to get clear. So, and our research need us to, for example, if we grow some plant, we need to check at least 1 time per week. If you go back home for 3 weeks, if no one is helping you keep these plants are all dead, and your research, maybe 3 weeks work, are all gone. So that's why I didn't go back.
That's why you can go back as much,
Yeah.
because you're working.
Yes, my working keeps me here. Yeah.
So do you plan on staying in the United States?
Yeah. So that's because that's also the sorry. That's the reason why I try to stay here is also the reason I want to pursue my PhD degrees here, because the academic is better compared to China. And although the competition is very rough, but still, create more opportunities here than the one in China. So I'm hoping I can find a job here, maybe in the future. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Yep.